Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Tina, and tonight I would like to talk about something quite important, precisely about lucid dreamings and what really lucid dreaming is. Um, it's just I was just thinking recently because I had lots of lucid dreams in my life. I already mentioned in my previous videos that I keep a dream diary. And I noticed one constant theme between those lucid dreams, what really happens. And precisely that you create with your mind. Yes. Between the lucid dream, everything can be created with your own mind. Your own reality comes exactly in the way that you imagine. I don't know if you guys did experiment on that level, but I became quite conscious of that fact some time ago. And this is proving that we are divine created beings and that we can instantly create whatever we wish to create to appear. That means changing your whole environment, your whole scenario where you are. That possibility is between lucid dreams. So there are clues there. They give us a clue that who we are really. We often ask ourselves, we seekers, oh, who are we? Where do we come from? So part of our identity is that we are the creators. And this is extremely important aspect of our identity. People don't probably notice that. People don't question those things. We kind of live a life, I would say, in a blind mode. We accept things that are projected to us by others, by the system, by authority. It's kind of like humanity have lost the ability to understand who we really are. It's almost like we sit back and let everything play and everything appear on its own, whatever, however, which means that humans are quite ignorant, in my opinion, because without digging into it, without asking and questioning, how do we expect to free ourselves from the system, from this horrid reality that we are living at the moment? Because yes, this is a hellish reality. That's why I call it horrible reality, and this is not a secret that this reality has been created or planned or whatever by something that has not our best interest in heart. Whoever created this place made it in such a way that people don't question, perhaps because everybody's on survival mode, I don't know. I mean, life is like this. You wake up in the morning and boom, something is there that you have to do. It's like you almost feel like you're on a duty of doing things, and those are very mindless tasks every single day. And those mindless tasks includes everything that we do, from dressing to eating something, then traveling to work, then working, then coming home, cooking dinner, then bathing and going to sleep. And this is like this every single day. So practically, when you look at the situation, we don't have much outside of this so-called practicality, and a majority of people are kind of feeling like, I don't know, comfortable with this routine, because It's like it creates sometimes, yes, that I just said routine, but at the same time, it's like it feels safe because it's familiar. You do it all the time. However, if you try to question something outside of this routine and this reality, uh, that becomes a little bit of bothersome because that requires you to use your brain, use your critical thinking if you ask any questions, and that becomes very uncomfortable. That can be very dangerous for some people because suddenly your safety mode, your situation that is familiar to you, is being questioned and almost uprooted. Because if you're questioning something, that means that you are looking into the situation that needs to be questioned, that there's something to be questioned about. So people don't question anything usually outside this comfort zone, but when you question them, you're becoming aware. And awareness can be kind of dangerous if you're not prepared. However, very few of us question the fact that we create our own reality. And I'm not saying that the reality that we create in here is something that it's possible to the T, really, because there are interferences, there are limitations. Yes, you can get eventually, if you plan and if you have intention of getting something, you can create the ability of manifestation of particular desire. But it may take time because everything is time, and here you cannot have instant manifestation. But I'm talking about the other reality, like an afterlife, or what we witness in a state of the lucid dreaming, because this is where creation is instant. Um, I would ask you guys to do a little experiment. If you haven't done so yet, it's fascinating, honestly. Try to create this habit of desiring to experience lucidity in your dream. It's very difficult. I'm saying I had lots of lucid dreams, but it's not easy. It's not something that you can put on a menu. Oh, tonight I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to have a lucid dream. No, it doesn't work that way. Sometimes, usually it happens, for example, in my case, quite spontaneously and quite unexpectedly. Between ordinary dream after I fall asleep, suddenly I realize that I'm conscious between that dream. And once I'm conscious, I know that I can create anything and everything around me. For example, if I'm experiencing something really like a nightmare and I feel some sort of danger, then I know that I can do something about it, and I usually spontaneously levitate up in the air. If something chased me, or if I see something that I don't feel comfortable with, I can escape the situation usually through levitating, through flying or whatever. I can escape that. But I'm talking about creation. This is like when you become lucid, anything and everything is possible, because up there in that state, you are not conscious within your physical body, but you're conscious within your mind that is open and never resting, never sleeping. This is exactly your core that is going to be crossing over with you, taking you to the other side after your physical body perishes. Okay, so going back to the lucidity in a dream, I remember once I did experiment and I was super conscious that I was walking through very overgrown place. It was grass up to here, weeds everywhere. And suddenly I passed that place and I saw pieces of ground and there was nothing in. And I started to concentrate within that dream, I remember, that I wanted a specific little plant to grow in a specific shape. And you know what? I imagined the shape of that plant and the color, how it's going to be. And lo and behold, it started to come up, up, up. And I said, oh my God, this is amazing. But the problem is that the moment I became aware that I created it with my own mind, whoops, boom, it stops suddenly, and I waken up, and I woken up from that dream. So that was short, but that was very, very revealing. Um, that gave me the clue and proof that creativity is possible, that your mind can create. We cannot do it instantly in physical, in a very, very specific and few occasions, but soon as you fallen asleep and your mind wanders into different reality, that is possible. I remember another one, a dream, for example. I was standing next to the blank wall, and that was in one of the rooms in a house that I used to live a long time ago. And I remember standing in front of this wall, and suddenly I became lucid, and I said, "Wait a minute! What if there was a door in here so I could open?" And the moment I thought about the door, something started to happening. I could see the shape of the door, very faint. So immediately I decided what color the door would be and what shape. And it created itself with the flow of my mind. I concentrated though. I couldn't, I remember my mind wasn't wandering about anywhere. It was just concentrating on that simple task. And the door appeared. Now, next thing I remember in that particular dream, what happened, that there was a door handle, and I put my hand on it and I pressed down. It was solid. I remember the metal on my palm of my hand, the coldness of the metal even when I was pressing down. I said, "This is freaky. This is amazing." And I pressed it down and the door opened. And again, when I opened the door, I imagined that it's going to be like a corridor and the stairs going there. And it started to materialize instantly in front of me between that dream. But then again, at that moment, I remember I couldn't go much further anywhere. The dream ends. That there was this little place I started to create, but I don't know why it ends at the most interesting moment. I believe that somebody is watching us, that somebody is, and that somebody could be the archons perhaps who ran this show and here, and they were not happy that I was experimenting with it. That was my feeling, that something interfered. That's the point, really. Because sometimes I have very, very long dreams and I don't wake up suddenly. But between those dreams, when I became really conscious and I start to create something, I almost instantly, as soon as I start to make some shapes of something, that dream ends very, very quickly. So that is proof to me, because that's my own experience, that we are the creator beings and that we can create, which means that once you leave this body, when you go to the afterlife, that you will be able to create. And of course, then you're not going to be waking up from the dream in a body, because the body will be gone. You will have that other astral body that you can put your go with your consciousness, and you can create, and nobody's going to stand there and wake you up from it or stop you from doing so. Well, I'm talking from the point of view of somebody who is awakened, because I consider myself a seeker and quite awakened. Therefore, I also consider myself a free person, free soul. I'm not a slave, because I don't live by any authority. So that was my goal, to become in this state. Because when I cross over, I want to going over in this kind of state of lucidity, of who I am, that I'm free, that I don't live by any authority, and that I'm a creator being. And this is my belief, and this is what I'm taking with me, because this is according to my belief, that I'll be able to continue with it. And of course, just give you guys a little example that creativity is real within your mind, within your consciousness. And once you cross over, you can create your whole reality just like that. That you can use your mind, your imagination, your desire, and you are the artist, you are the God, you are the creator, and you can create not just little things, a little door or little plant that grows. Those were just samples, I think. But that means that it's possible to create much grander and bigger and better even. Anything and everything you're creating your own. And here on this plane you build with your hands. Of course the mind is involved too, but you have to create something with the material, because we're living in a material reality. So you have to make it happen in a physical shape, physical form. But up there, it's different. You create with your mind, and it's as solid. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can feel the texture, you can see all the shapes, you can see all the colors that you kind of project into that creation, whatever you're creating. So this is a kind of a very interesting subject, and also I consider this as a piece of a good news, because if I could do it, anybody can, who has desire. We all can do it. I mean, I know that many people are half asleep and they don't question anything. Even they could do it if they wanted to. If they only shook away this being asleep state, they can do anything. But then again, everybody is responsible for their own freedom, for their own reality creation. For you're basically responsible for the way your life evolves. You know, I'm not talking about evolving like a evolution, but from going from one stage to another. You know, because awareness is something that sometimes you need a little time for your awareness to be fully open. The more you question this reality, the more you question everything that draws your interest to, the more aware you're going to become, and the more your mind is going to open, and the more you're going to notice certain things that you haven't seen before, that it would be even possible. So yes, it is interesting, because lucid dreaming, I think it's an amazing ability that we have them. Yes, they are not very common, they are kind of rare, but what really happens that I think we have lucid dreaming available to us because it's like a sample to give us a clue who we are. Here I am, I can create something. And this is like you can get a little test your own mind, your own ability. How does it work? As soon as you become conscious within your dream reality, try creating something. That's the key. Test your own ability that way. Because it's possible. I mean, yes, some people have out-of-body experiences, but I don't know if that's the same as lucid dreaming. I had some out-of-body experiences, spontaneous, but they were very disturbing to me, very distressing. But this is another subject, I may talk about it one day. Here I'm talking about the mind, when your body is fully asleep and you are able to create that reality, because suddenly from the dream state you become lucid, you become conscious, you become awakened within a dream. So this is, I think, is probably as close as possible to the afterlife, how it's going to be, how we're going to perceive that reality, how we're going to be able to find ourselves within that reality. So yes, please, if you can, pay attention to that, because this is a wonderful test that you can do while you're still here within this body. I mean, try what you are made of with your mind, and how good your mind is, what you can do. Because I try it and it works. As I say, it's something that doesn't happen too often, but I had enough those little samples to make me understand that we are divine created beings, that there's no other way really, because we create with our mind, and it is a mind-blowing experience. Okay, once you awaken between a dream, it is really great state. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time. Take care. Bye.